Hey folks, welcome back to the farm. We're sliding into winter here on the homestead, so we're going to do some indoor projects. Come on along with us. Thought I'd show you all this crazy bird you always got to listen to. This is Cat right here. This is his girlfriend that came with him, Kit. And then where's Hershey? Here's Hershey. Hershey came with both of them too. They're kind of the three musketeers. They still hang out together. We got them three from a good friend of ours. But yeah, that's the one you're always hear cackling in the background. Every time I come out here, he's got to get his 15 seconds of fame. You'll hear him as soon as I leave the coop. He'll start up again. We actually couldn't ask for a better rooster. Really nice rooster, and he's a real gentleman to the ladies. Make sure that they get their treats first, and he keeps a good eye on them. So we're happy with him. There he goes. So the project we're going to work on is out here in the fruit orchard. I like to take my tags off of my fruit trees, and then we hang them here on the cage so we can remember what they all are. But these tags aren't going to last forever out here. We've already got, I think, a couple that have blown away or whatever, and we've had to put them back on. We put them on with zip ties. But we're going to do something a little more permanent with our fruit trees out here in our little orchard so we can tell what's what. So we have 13 trees out here. We'd have 14 if it wasn't for this big evergreen here. But that tree was well established when we moved in, and we don't want to cut it down or anything. It's a nice tree. So let's go in the shop and I'll show you what we're going to do with this. First order of business, we're going to get this wood stove fired up because it's a little chilly out here. So we're going to make some new tags for our fruit trees, something a lot more permanent, something that's going to stick around for a while. So we're going to make them out of metal. So the metal we chose for this project is aluminum because it's soft and it's easy to work with, and it doesn't corrode like steel. It's not going to rust. And we're going to be stamping letters into this, so it's very conducive to the stamping process because of its softness. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cut some little tags out of this. This is 3/16 by 2 aluminum. It cost us $6 for this whole thing. So we're going to cut like 2-inch squares out of here that we can stamp, and then we'll drill a little hole in the corner. We'll show you how to do it. We have our standard framing square, and most framing squares are 1.5 inches on one side, 2 inches on the other. So we're just using our 2-inch side and then going down every 2 inches, making a mark. Just coming across here like this. And then we move it down to that mark, line it back up on the back side of that, and make another mark. And then we'll continue down until we got the number that we need, which is 13. Got 13 of our tags made, and I forgot we have a hackberry tree out there we're going to be getting rid of, but I'll go ahead and make the tag and leave it blank and hang it out there, and then when we decide what we're going to plant, we'll go ahead and stamp it. So I got our metal stamps, got them all in order so they're easy to find, and then we're going to use our little piece of railroad iron here. To stamp it on, you need a good heavy backing to stamp it. I'm going to run out real quick and get a list of the trees I have so we know what we're dealing with, and we'll get these babies stamped. That fire is feeling good. Now, before I get started, I like to make some reference lines on our pieces. So I would take like our little framing square here, or tri-square, and then I put it right in the middle, and I'll make a mark on both sides of it. And all I'm going to use these lines for is to line up the punches when I punch. So when I place the punch on the piece, I'll line the outside of the punch up with this mark, and it kind of gives me a reference so my stamping doesn't start going off kilter. And then I'll just move on down the line. On the bottom line, I'll use this side of it, and then on the top line, I'll use this side of it. So our lettering's kind of in the middle. So we're going to do our one for our Bartlett pear first. So I've got the B stamp. I'm going to check the orientation of it. So I'm going to line it up right on that line. And this railroad iron is kind of rounded on the top. Maybe one of these days, if I find a good machine shop, I'll have them mill this flat on the top. Would be pretty nice. So I'll just go kind of over here on this right side, put it on there, and then I'll give it a good wrap. And you can see it stamps pretty deep into the metal. Gives it a real good, nice, deep stamp. So obviously my next letter is A. Check the orientation of it. And we'll line it up. Let me take my glasses off because I'm working kind of up close here. So we line our A up and we kind of guess the distance from the B. Give it a good wrap, and we got BA. Does Bartlett have 2 T's or 1? I'll have to look that up. But you can see what that looks like. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for the purpose that we're using it for. All right, there's our Bartlett pear. It's got 2 T's. So we're going to continue making them. Our next one, we're going to do Meteor Cherry. Meteor, like the thing that flies through space. Just like that. Zoom in for me. There you go. Meteor Cherry. Yeah, I noticed. We did cheery, not cherry. Darn it, anyway. Anyway, no regrets. That tree's just going to have to be happier than the rest of them. You have to be a pretty cheery tree. But like Bob Ross said, happy little accidents. Now that we have all of our tags made, we need to go drill a little hole here in the corner to hang it with. There we go. Now we're going to take all the sharp edges off, and we'll do that just with our little 4.5-inch grinder with a flapper wheel on it. It's kind of a wore out flapper wheel. That's all there is to it. So, no sharp edges or anything like that. So let's go hang them on the tree. Alright, here's our new tag. We just hung it on the wire cage here. And I have some of these chain link deals. So these are going to last a good long time. The zip ties will probably erode in the sun and break someday. So I wanted to make sure we had a good lifelong tag there, so we can go ahead and remove all of our tags here now. But I think it's a really cool idea. It's going to last forever. And even if for some reason we move off of this property someday, the next owners will know what these trees are. The reason we put these cages around the tree is, one, to keep the rabbits from chewing the bottom of the trees, because they'll come in there and they'll nibble all the way around the bottom of that tree and kill it. We lost our other Bartlett pear that was over on the other side that way. And then the other reason for the cages is the deer, when they come out of velvet, like to rub their horns on trees and stuff like that. And they'll come in here and they'll just destroy the tree. They'll rub all the bark off of it and kill the tree. So that's why we have these cages around. Now, of course, the deer can get up in here, but once the tree gets that big, it can probably survive a little bit of rubbing. These apple trees over here, they've done fine. So, hey, pup, you come in to get warm? Yeah? It's a little chilly out there, isn't it? Warm by the fire. So you remember we told you the other day that we had reached 3,000 subscribers here on the channel. We were pretty proud of that. And thanks to you folks, we got there. But it's already been a few days. We're already at 3,100. So y'all are blowing up the channel. We appreciate all the likes and subscribes, because that really helps us get out to more people and share the homesteading experience with them, teach them how to do things the old way. We hope y'all enjoy our content here on the channel and keep it up, because it's been fantastic. We really love you guys. Appreciate it a lot. Well, the fire's burnt out. We're going to close up shop for the day. That was a fun little wintertime project. So that's why I enjoy wintertime. I can get out in the shop. Not much to do out in the garden. We got a happy surprise yesterday. We were returning our chicken defeathering machine. I delivered it to the gentleman's house that let us borrow it and also gave us the chickens to process. And he advised me that they're no longer going to do meat chickens, and he was happy to pass this thing along to us. So we're now the proud owners of a chicken plucking machine. Make good use of it. I want to do meat birds every year, and my neighbor down the street wants to go in with us and do them with us. So that'll be cool, but we're going to do them in a little warmer time of the year. Let me tell you, that was pretty chilly the other day. So speaking of chicken, Kelly had a hankering for chicken and dumplings in this cooler weather. She made that mention yesterday. So she's going to be home a little bit. I'm going to go inside and make my bride some chicken and dumplings for dinner. We already have a video on that, so go take a look if you like chicken and dumplings. Don't be intimidated. Super easy. Dumplings could not be any easier. So check that out. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next video.